As Russia's winter barrage wreaks havoc across Ukraine, Ukrainian defenders have turned a humble transport plane into a lethal night hunter, stalking drones in the darkness to protect their cities. Ukraine is now using a rugged AN-28 turboprop aircraft as an aerial hunter, sending it up specifically to track and shoot down incoming Russian Shahed attack drones. French broadcaster TF1 filmed the AN-28 prowling through the night sky, flying low and slow as it searches for Russian attack drones to intercept. On board, a civilian volunteer crew operates a 6-barrel M134 Minigun, using its blistering rate of fire to shred incoming unmanned aerial vehicles at close range. Air traffic and air defense controllers on the ground guide the crew by radio, steering the AN-28 toward likely approach paths for Russian drones. The pilot and gunner must then visually spot the drones with their own eyes, since the aircraft carries no dedicated radar or advanced electro-optical sensors. The report by TF1 said, and I quote, "No sophisticated instruments help them. They search for drones with their own eyes." Unquote. Once a drone silhouette appears beneath the wing or in the moonlit sky, the gunner swings the minigun into position and opens fire in short, controlled bursts. In one reported mission, the crew managed to shoot down 5 Shahed drones in a single night sortie, dramatically thinning out an incoming wave. Overall, this single AN-28 team is now credited with destroying close to 150 enemy drones, turning a once civilian aircraft into one of Ukraine's most unusual air defenders. The AN-28 is a light twin-engine turboprop originally built for short takeoff and landing on rough strips, making it ideal for improvised wartime operations. It was designed for passenger and cargo transport roles, moving people and supplies between small regional airfields. Developed by the Antonof Design Bureau and later produced under license by Poland's PZL, the aircraft is simple, sturdy, and familiar to Ukrainian crews. Its relatively slow flight speed actually helps the crew visually spot low-flying drones that might slip past faster jets. The rear cabin layout allows a door-mounted machine gun to be installed, giving a clear arc of fire off the side of the aircraft. Because it can fly low and slow for extended periods, the AN-28 is well suited to long night patrols over potential drone corridors. A simple cockpit and systems layout make rapid field modifications easier, with fewer complex electronics to rewire. Crucially, it can operate from short and rough airstrips near the front lines, keeping it close to the areas it needs to defend. Combat adaptation. For its new role, the aircraft has been fitted with a 6-barrel M134 minigun dedicated to drone interception, turning the side door into a flying gun position. The crew relies on visual targeting alone instead of modern radar, automated fire control systems, demanding sharp eyesight and intense concentration. Pilots and gunners coordinate constantly with ground controllers, who provide bearing and altitude vectors towards suspected drone tracks. Night sorties lean heavily on moonlight, stars, and the glow of cities or burning targets on the horizon to pick out dark drone shapes. Inside the cabin, flexible open space is used to stack ammunition boxes, spare barrels, and, when needed, an extra crew member to help with spotting and reloads. Operational risk. This kind of low-altitude flight exposes the aircraft to man-portable air defense systems and even small arms fire from the ground. Its modest speed also increases vulnerability to enemy fighters or faster surface-to-air responses if Russia detects the patrol. Because the crew hunts visually, there's always a risk of spotting a drone too late, leaving less time to maneuver or fire. The recoil and buffeting from an open-door minigun add physical strain and danger for the gunner and nearby crew. Flying at low level in darkness raises the constant risk of terrain or obstacle collision if anything goes wrong. With limited armor, the AN-28 leaves its crew exposed to shrapnel from exploding drones or near misses. And because many of these crews are civilian volunteers working under combat conditions, they face intense psychological stress every time they take off. Furthermore, operating near drone paths risks aircraft's mid-air collision with drones. Ukraine's airborne drone hunters are rising just as Russia expands and hardens its network of Shahed drone launch sites deep inside its own territory. New satellite imagery shows a rapidly growing Shahed operational hub at Shatalovo airfield in Russia's Smolensk region. Analysts report that at least 4 fixed launch pads and 4 mobile launchers have now been positioned at the airfield, ready for mass salvos. The current layout could support the near-simultaneous launch of at least 22 Shahed drones, overwhelming local defenses in a single wave. With rapid reloads and rotation of launch racks, a single site like Shatalovo could, in theory, send hundreds of drones toward Ukraine during a major attack. Russian air defense systems now ring Shatalovo to shield the launch complex from Ukrainian missile and drone strikes aimed at shutting it down. Overall, at least 6 distinct Shahed launch locations have been tracked across Russian and Russian-occupied territory. Identified sites include Primorsko-Akhtarsk on the Azov coast, Navlia and Symbylova further north, Milarovo in Rostov region, and positions in Russian-held parts of Donetsk. Satellite pictures have also detected new covered drone garages at Milarovo airfield in Rostov, indicating long-term storage and staging capacity. That complex is currently estimated to be able to store around 96 attack drones at once, with expansion work already underway on site. Ongoing construction of 4 additional hangars could raise Milarovo's total storage and preparation capacity to roughly 126 drones. From Milarovo, Russian forces can quickly surge Shaheds toward major Ukrainian cities and power grid targets along multiple approach routes. So while Russia builds vast drone barns for industrial-scale attacks, Ukraine's improvised AN-28 crews are forced to fight back one Shahed at a time in the cold night sky.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.